Hello. So, talking about healthy cooking methods. Of course, we have so many methods of cooking. We have steaming, we have boiling, we have barbecuing, we have grilling, we have air frying, we have pressure cooking, we have deep frying as well. A lot of them. I think these are just the popular ones we know. We always do boiling, steaming, you know, flying, flying, deep flying, air flying, barbecuing, grilling. These are just the basic ones we do quite often. So I will go from here just to describe those ones that are more healthy. And then all of them are good, but I just want to talk about those ones that are more healthy, those that can preserve food and give you the right nutrients after passing through heating process or after cooking. Okay, the number one best method of cooking is steaming. Why? Because steaming does not use water, it doesn't use extra water. You just steam vegetables, you steam mostly vegetables. Yeah. You steam them. When you steam them, it helps to preserve their nutritional content. They tends to the- Steaming tends to retain their nutritional content, their texture, even their color. Yeah, it's mostly for vegetable. You don't add water when you're steaming. It's so good and you use a very low heat. Okay, steaming is the healthiest method of cooking. It doesn't remove a lot of nutrients from the food you're cooking. Number two is boiling. Boiling is healthy, but some nutrient tends to escape from the water because whenever you are boiling something, you must boil with water. So whenever you are boiling with water, nutrients, some of the vital nutrients like vitamins tend to escape from the water. That is why it's different from steaming. Steaming, you steam without water, but boiling, you have to add up water, and adding up water will tend to remove some nutrients from the food. All right, so that is why sometimes when you are boiling some things like meat, like now I'm boiling meat, I want to make stew, I'm boiling meat. It's always advisable not to add water to the meat. Just wash your meat, put on your ingredients. I have. It's really want the food to turn out good and taste good as well. You don't need to add too much water because water remove the ingredients. Okay, then likewise, not just meat. Anytime you're boiling something, learn to add a little bit of water. Don't add too much water. Okay. So this is it. Then we have the. Let me leave it to boil. So apart from boiling, we also have grilling. Grilling is good, but it's not all that healthy because it tends to grill with a high temperature, which helps to destroy some nutrients, especially in the meat or even in the food we are cooking. Like when you are grilling something like mushroom, tends to remove some of the vital nutrients from them. At the end of the day, you're not eating the complete nutrients. But other than that, it's okay to grill your food. Then this one is air frying. Air frying is very healthy because it doesn't use oil. It doesn't use fats and oil, thereby not adding any additional calorie to your food. Okay, you just have to heat the or cook the food with hot air. And at the end of the day, the whole oil will come out of the meat or whatever you're frying and then fry itself with that oil. It doesn't require any oil at all. Thereby, it doesn't add any additional calories. It's very healthy. It doesn't have unsaturated fat because there's no oil, there's no fat on it. Okay, then deep frying is not healthy. Deep frying in oil is not healthy. This is because deep frying will add, whenever you fry something in oil, it will add more calorie to it. And again, when you fry something for some time, there are some chemical processes that will always happen on the frying pan that brings out some toxins from the food, which is not really good for our health. All right, so another method of cooking is barbecuing. We have salting, but I'm just talking about the basic ones. So looking at all this now, the best method of cooking is steaming, boiling, and air frying. Yeah, let's not reduce more of fried food. Let's reduce more of deep frying because deep frying add a lot of calories to our food. Deep frying also cook food in a very high temperature, thereby reducing some nutritional content. Deep frying increases the risk of carcinogenicity. That means risk of having cancer, because there are a lot of toxins that used to come out when you are deep frying. Something minimize fried food. They are not healthy, and also they can even cause some absorption problem, digestion problem. Sometimes after eating some of them, you feel like you are having heartburn, you are having indigestion, because they have a lot of toxins. Okay, reduce fried food, please. So I'm just boiling my meat, and it will turn out good because I'm not using too much water on it. Yes, I'm just using the water in the chicken and in the meat to boil the meat. Whenever you are boiling, avoid adding too much water, okay? That will reduce the taste and even nutritional content of the food. Oh yeah, I'll see you again next time.